Hey, I'm Jon Thelen, host of Lindy's Fish Head Television. Every year I get a new boat together and I get ready to go each spring, and man, it seems like every single year, Humminbird, Lake Master, Minn Kota, they bring me something new that's gonna make me a better fisherman, and they did it again this year. This year they introduced a 15-foot Talon, and let me tell you why I think that is so important. In a lot of the places where I fish, there's a break that drops from that 10 to 12 feet, somewhere into 14 feet, 13, 14 feet, and that holds a lot of fish. Well, what this new 15-foot version of the Talon allows me to do is actually park outside of those spots and pitch to them. I've actually gained so much more water that I can pin the boat in so many more depths that it's gonna make me a better fisherman day in and day out, because I can pitch to fish that I used to have to go over the top of or find a different way to hold my boat on. Now I can actually just, with the push of a button, I can pin my boat right on the outside of that break and pitch right up to it. I wanna show you on the map exactly how much more water that means I'm gonna be able to cover. We're gonna use the Lake Master shallow water highlight function in that graph, and I'm gonna show you. We're just gonna pull this right up, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I used to be able to fish when I fished 12 feet of water with a 12-foot Talon versus what I can do now that I've got the 15-foot Talon. And when you look at this, it is an enormous amount of water. And when you take into account that now I can stay away from that first break and pitch, not only am I covering a lot more ground, a lot more depth, I'm also able to stay away from where fish stage and actually pitch to them and catch them. There's a couple other things about it that I think are really cool. A built-in work light, that's been added this year. That is a really cool feature, because now I've got an eye-level light that allows me to tie lines in the parking lot, you know, in the driveway, wherever it may be, or even when I'm just out fishing at night, not using the Talon for anything else. Let's say I'm out trolling crankbaits, I can still use that light function, and it's just awesome. It lights up the back end of my boat. Whereas most of the time your lights are along the floor in your boat, now you got one up here at eye and hand level, so you can use that to tie lines. The other thing is it's got an optional tilt bracket, and I use that tilt bracket. This tilt bracket right here, all you gotta do is push down on that. This Talon will tip in, and this actually right here is gonna tip down. It sets right here, and now I can back it right into my garage. So don't worry about the height that you see there. You can get it into your garage. You just put that optional tilt bracket on there. 3 modes, 3 really cool modes. Standard mode, when I put that spike down with that push of the button, in standard mode, it'll hold me. I'm sitting in standard mode today, and you can see, I mean, the wind's blowing pretty good. It holds me still, I'm not moving. If I was in rough water, let's say I'm out walleye fishing in 2-footers, I can actually still use this Talon and it'll hold me. You just put it into rough water mode. Or you're fishing a river, you're fishing an area where it's silted in or a muddy bottom, now you just put it into soft bottom mode, and it'll know exactly how far down to put that spike, and it sets itself. I mean, it just makes it easy. This 15-foot Talon does it all, and I'll tell you what, it's gonna change the way I fish this year. It will change the way you fish as well, because you're gonna get to see a lot more water, you're gonna get to fish a lot of areas that you've never fished before, and you're gonna flat out catch more fish.